Up top, MG.
Wait, I know what I'm gonna do. You ready? Did you shoot?
Yeah.
Dang. Did you kill him?
Yeah, there's fucking a lot of them. 180. Oh. I just ran out.
Oh.
Hit.
That was a nice shot.
And I'm going to just show you some tips and tricks on how to complete it. This will be my third time completing it this wipe, and I thought maybe I should record a video and teach you guys some tips that I have when it comes to sniping. For the most part, I'm always running the same build. So it's this DVL. I run the NF 30mm ring scope mount because I like my scope mount to be super close to the barrel, like just slim on the barrel. And I run this pistol grip, and I mainly just run this for looks, kind of like drip. Gotta stay dripped out. And then I run the suppressor on the DVL, because it's basically silent. From like 40 meters out, you can't hear this thing go off. So I use that to my advantage whenever I'm, you know, picking off squads or whatever the case may be. Even close range fights. This is my go-to. And the reason I run it, the same build over and over, is because I want to get muscle memory down with the sniper, because that's all sniping is. It's just, you know, I'm not actually thinking about if I'm going to hit my shot or not. I've just hit the shot so many times, and I know the feel of where the bullet's going to end up, and depending on how far they are, or if they're, you know, up on a hill, where I have to lead my shot. And when doing that, I run the same caliber, or I run the same ammo. So it's 7.62 by 51. If you're gonna run like an SVD or an M700, I definitely recommend running that same build so you get that feel for it. Because if you switch your builds, it's gonna be very tough to become really good with multiple snipers. And I definitely recommend the same, run the same bullet, because if you shoot M61, it's gonna travel a lot faster, and you're gonna have to lead your shot a lot less. So what I recommend is to run the same caliber, probably M80. You can run BCP, but it's most likely gonna ricochet off a helmet. So I run M80 pretty much no matter what, unless I'm trying to mess around. I'll run M61, but mainly because I want that muscle memory. Okay, boys, next point I want to make is positioning. So I'm going to play this clip out, and I'm going to kind of explain why positioning is one of the most important things when sniping.
Wait, I know what I'm gonna do. You ready? Did you shoot?
Yeah.
Dang. Did you kill him?
Yeah, there's fucking a lot of them. Killed two. Alright, boys. So the main thing with this here is I'm on ground zero, and I noticed that there's a 3-man up top. And even though I have a DVL, I know I'm at an advantage just because I have so much space in between. The chance of them like lobbing a grenade or even making a rotation over to me is super slim. So what I do here to outplay my opponent is I make sure whenever they're peeking me, I'm not peeking. And if I do peek, I'm hiding and then re-peeking to throw them off, kind of like a timing thing. So you notice right here, when I shoot this guy and I instantly see his teammate looking at me, I notice that, and in that split second, I get behind cover. And from there, another point I want to make is crosshair placement, meaning I just spotted this guy over here, so I'm going to aim my crosshair directly at, where his head is, preemptively, to give me the advantage. So when I ADS, I'm already on his target, like I'm on my target, and all I have to do is pull the trigger. So once I ADS, so you see how I'm ADSing through the wall? even though I don't know exactly where he is, I'm ADSing through the wall.
There's fucking a lot of them.
And when I peek out, I spot him by jiggle peeking, slow leaning. What I do is I hold left and I hit E. And then I hit E again to like unlean really quickly. The reason I peek out, spot him, give him the chance to, almost shoot me, but then hide. And then once I peek out again, I just shoot him in the face because I know right where he is. But one of the main things I want to say is crosshair placement. If you spot your opponent behind a tree, get behind that tree, keep ADSing on your target through that tree, lean out and shoot him. And by then, he'll already be dead and he won't even have the chance to shoot you. Yeah, I want to mention this again. Positioning is one of the most important things when you're using a bolt action. Specifically bolt actions, but also you can use this in any scenario. Say you have like an M4 fully auto. If you have bad positioning with a bolt action, you're dead 100% of the time. Unless they whiff, which most likely they're not. Most times you're going up against people with full auto M4s and whatnot, so you need every advantage you can get. And I want to say positioning, it's you have to have positioning. So in this clip, you notice that I'm on top of a building, and if this guy were to shoot at me,
no, he's got no
I could
idea.
get behind cover, and I could get behind cover and run away and reposition. But say I'm like up on this hill face to face with him, I'm dead 100% of the time. If I miss my shot, I'm dead. So I really want to, I want to beat this into your head. You have to have good positioning. Say you have the worst aim in the world. If you have good positioning, you can reposition a million trillion times, and eventually you're going to hit that shot. So even though if you're not the most confident in shooting, just have position, keep that one thing in mind, and you'll become very, very good at sniping. Okay, boys, this is one of my advanced tips. Off the start of the spawn, every raid, on any map, you can pick off a player 100% of the time. If you know where people spawn, you can instantly turn, take a couple steps, and pick somebody off. In this clip, I'm Lighthouse. I'm top row compound. Row compound's over here, and there's a spawn straight across from here. So what I do is I spawn in, and as I spawn in, I'm instantly free looking over to the left to try and spot my opponent. And when I do, I spot him, I take a shot, even though I miss, I'm still ADSing to where his head might be. So when he peeks me, I have the advantage. So I'm spotting him. What a lot of players will do when they're sniping is they'll look away from their opponent. What I do best in this scenario and in a lot of other scenarios, what differentiates me from other players is I keep information on my opponent at all times. Even though it may not be the smartest decision, a lot of players are going to turn around like this guy did, and they're just going to keep running. And so when this guy, he's looking at me. When he's looking at me, I'm already ADS'd on him, so I have the jump. And that's what you want when you're sniping. You always want to have the jump on the player. So when he's looking at me, I'm just quicker. I take the shot, I drop him, and on to the next. But what I want to make, what I want to tell you is on any spawn, you can get this Shooterborn quest done super quick if you just know spawns. So whenever you're loading into a raid, say Lighthouse Reserve, go to the Tarkov wiki, watch streamers, watch them look at certain areas whenever they spawn, and kind of think about that, because you can do this too. You can, pick people off spawn at the start of the raid, and it'll make this quest super easy. Okay, in this next clip, I want to talk about rotations and how, this is one of the things that I do that most players don't. So I take a shot and I instantly rotate, because your opponent, more times than not, they're going to sit in the area. And if they don't, they're going to rotate with you, and you're going to pick them off because of it. So here I'm rotating. And what I'm doing is I'm free looking. And what a lot of players don't do is they'll ADS and they'll look around rather than free looking. Whenever you free look, you're looking at a stationary target like I am now. And so anything that crosses over your screen, you're going to see, and it's going to be super obvious. So it's just it's a free target. And if you look at where I'm placed, I'm in the middle of, this is cottage pretty much. I'm in the middle of cottage. You can't see what I'm wearing, but I'm wearing blueberry armor. Not that it matters, but it does in this case because these guys are so oblivious to their surroundings. You see where he's looking? I was previously over here, and he's looking over there. But because I rotated, and I do this all the time, I'll pick people off in the open that, they think I'm somewhere, and I'm already somewhere else. And I'll just pick them off. Just like that. Another thing that I do in Tarkov is, let me find a clip real quick. Okay, boys, in this next clip, I want to talk about using your line of sight against players and using, bushes or trees or whatever it may be to hide behind and to rotate from. What I do here is I get shot at by this player right here, and I instantly turn around, and I'm keeping in mind all of these objects, this tree, this bush, and this tree. So wherever this player is, I know the general vicinity of where he's at. When I'm rotating, I instantly get shot and I rotate instantly. It's second nature at this point. I'm jumping and I'm getting behind bushes. So right now, I notice that there's a tree right here. So what I do is I get behind it. And so this guy can't see me right now. And most likely, he's either going to stop looking at me or he's going to hold this angle. I do ego peek this. But if you notice, I peek and I start ADSing before I actually fully peek. The reason I do this is so I have the advantage. So in case the guy's not ADSing, or in case he is ADSing, he doesn't have the advantage on me. It comes down to who can hit the shot first. If we're both ADSing, or say he does on ADS, I have the advantage. So I don't spot him. And what I do is I unpeak and I rotate. And what I do here is I notice there's a big hill here. So I use this hill to my advantage. So I can either go left or I can go right behind this hill. And he won't know. So if I really want to make a really good play, or, I get impatient and I want to push him, if you want to play this smart, preferably I would run down here and I would run all the way left and wrap all the way around him if I was really, really trying to survive. Most times, I'll make the aggro play just because of the amount of hours I have and the knowledge I have. But use cover to your advantage when you're rotating. One more thing I do want to mention is running the same sensitivity. I know that as a gamer myself, I would switch between sensitivities a lot, and it's really hard to gain muscle memory when you're switching your sensitivity. I recommend, what I did was I found a streamer that I liked and that I would watch every day, and I would run his same sensitivity, knowing, okay, this guy is super, super good at the video game. He's doing things I've never seen him do before. I want to get as good as him and possibly better. Run the same mouse sensitivity and run the same DPI. And you will, over time, over years and years of gaming, you'll get that muscle memory down, and you'll hit shots that most gamers will never hit shots in their life, and you'll become just that much better. All right, boys, that is going to be the end of the video. That's pretty much all I got for you. When it comes to sniping, just keep those things in mind: rotations, sensitivity, leading your target, crosshair placement, using cover to your advantage, and running the same build over and over. Run the same sniper as much as possible, even if it's like a dumbed down version, like, you don't have the right sight or whatever the case may be. Run that same sniper for muscle memory. That is all you need. Muscle memory and positioning is what's going to get you those crispy sniper shots. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you. Until the next video, peace. I'm just better, boys. Don't know what to tell you. Yeah, shoot at me again. There we go. It's actually like mine. It's fucking my head up. Oh my god.